Hello, scholars. Chapter 2 deals with strategic planning for competitive advantage. Um, so we want to go ahead and get started on this. Um, so what is strategic planning? What is the nature of strategic planning? Um, it's being able to understand the importance of strategic marketing and know a base outline for a marketing plan. Now, this is critical uh, in marketing and in your business. And so we're going to discuss this a little bit today. Um, there are a couple of questions that you need to ask yourself. What's the organization's main activity? How will it reach its goals? So, how do we answer that? Um, we look at SBUs, marketing plans, and strategic alternatives. So then, therefore, strategic planning is the managerial process of creating and maintaining a fit between the organization's objectives and resources and the evolving market opportunities. Now, the goal of strategic planning is long-term profitability and growth. All right, SBUs are strategic business units. So exactly what are they? An SBU has a distinct mission and a specific target market. Um, it has control over its resources. It has its own competitors, and it plans independently of other SBUs. So, what are strategic alternatives? And we're going to identify these. Ansoff has what's called an opportunity matrix. You have market penetration, which what you're doing is you're increasing the market share among existing customers. You have market development, which you attract new customers to its existing products. You have product development. That's where you create new products for present markets, and diversification. Obviously, we talk about diversification a lot in business, and this has to deal specifically with introducing new products into new markets. All right. According to Ansoff in his strategic opportunity matrix, um, you have a present market with a present product and a new product. Then you have a new market with a present product and a new product. So based on his opportunity matrix, you with the existing market that you have availability from old products and new products, um, even in your present market and your new market. All right, Boston Consulting Group has what they call a portfolio matrix. It exists from what they call a star, cash cow, question mark, and a dog. Now, in this particular matrix used for large computer companies, what they try to do is obviously look at the lows, highs of what they're going to happen. All right, the portfolio matrix strategies, obviously number one, you want to build. Number two, you want to hold. Number three, you want to harvest. And number four, you want to divest. Um, the marketing planning process. How do you understand the marketing planning process? So first of all, you have to have a marketing plan. So what is a marketing plan? Um, Number one, planning has to take place. That is the process of anticipating future events and determining strategies to achieve organizational objectives in the future. All right, then you have a marketing planning. That's designing activities relating to marketing objectives and the changing marketing environment. Now remember, whatever you do in the marketplace, it's constantly changing. Why is it changing? Because needs and wants of people change, or your customers change on a daily basis. And then lastly, your marketing plan is a written document that acts as a guidebook of marketing activities um, for the marketing that's going to take place in your organization. So why do we write one? Several reasons. Number one, to provide a basis for comparison of actual and expected performance. Number two, provide clearly stated activities to work toward common goals. Number three, to provide an examination of the marketing environment and uh, get all the observation that we possibly can from the environment that we're dealing with. Number four, to serve as a reference for the source of future activities. And lastly, allow entry into the marketplace with awareness. So if you're starting a new company, a new business, you want to be able to go into the existing marketplace with potential customers aware of what you're offering. Now, what are marketing plan elements? Obviously, number one, you select a philosophy and a culture, and then you have decision making tools. So the most common decision making tool is in the matrix form. Um, Now, a complete marketing plan can allow an organization to achieve marketing objectives. However, the marketing plan is only as good as the information, effort, creativity, and thought put into it. So if you guys want a sustainable marketing plan, please spend some time doing it. It just doesn't haphazardly happen. All right, so how do you define the mission of the business mission? You want to develop an appropriate business mission statement. All right, answer the question, what business are we in? You focus on the markets rather than the goods and services. So if I'm selling pecans, ask yourself what market can I sell my product in? We're not focusing on the product, we're focusing on the market. So who can I sell my products to? Number one, people, especially around the holidays. Number two, um, people who bake or cook. People are looking for pecans to obviously around Christmas time, make candy and so forth. And then number three, small business units may also have a mission statement. Um, so when you can, we then want to conduct a situation analysis. So we want to describe the components of a situation analysis. And what do we use? We use a SWOT analysis. What does SWOT mean? Um, it SWOT means the S is for strength, things that the company does well, weaknesses, um, things that the company does not do well. Now these two are internal, where we gather information internally. Things that we do well, things that we don't do well. Um, Externally, what are our opportunities? Opportunities are the conditions in the external environment that favor our strengths. And then threats, these are conditions in the external environment that do not relate to existing strengths or favor areas of a current weakness. So that's what a SWOT analysis is. S is for strength, W is for weakness, O is for opportunity, T is for threats. Again, strengths and weaknesses are internal. Opportunities and threats are things that are going to affect you from outside. Now, when you're examining your strengths and weaknesses, number one, you focus on organizational resources like what are my marketing, what are my production costs rather, what about marketing skills, financial resources, how much money do I have available, the company or the brand image, what kind of image are you trying to represent? Number five, employee capabilities. Are my employees capable of doing this? And lastly, technology. How can technology affect everything that I'm doing? All right, let's talk about environmental scanning for a minute. Environmental scanning helps us to identify opportunities and threats. When we're designing a marketing strategy, it's based on six major environmental forces. Number one is social. Number two, demographic. Three, economic. Four, technological. Five, political, legal. And six, competitive. Now, all of these six environmental forces have a drastic effect on how and how we implement our marketing program. Um, all right, so what is competitive advantage? That is being able to identify sources of competitive advantage. So how do we do that? We have types of competitive advantage. Number one is cost. Product service differentiation is number two, and number three is niche. So based on this, these three things affects the type of competitive advantage. How much does it cost to produce our product? Is our product or service different than other people's? And what kind of niche market? In other words, is there someplace special, somewhere special that we can use our products in a complete and new way? What is cost competitive advantage? Obviously, you want to obtain inexpensive raw materials. You want to create efficient scale of plant operations, design products for ease of manufacture, control overhead costs, and avoid marginal customers. Now, these things are all critical in the aspect of cost competitive advantage because um, many times companies are dealing with limited budgets. All right, sources of cost reduction. Number one, experience curves. Two, product design. That simply means creating a product that is viable for your particular market, whatever you're doing, but it needs to be the design sometimes needs to be very simple. Number three, efficient labor. Now, two terms that I like to use from an economic perspective are effective and efficient. Efficient just simply means operating and getting the best bang for your buck. Reengineering. Sometimes we have to go and re-engineer things. That can be expensive. No frills products. That means basic products that people need. Product innovations. Government subsidies. Sometimes government will subsidize a particular product. And then lastly, new service methods. These are some examples of products, service uh, differentiations. Number one, brand names, strong dealer network, product reliability, image, and service. Now, we all think about brand names. So I'm going to throw one out at you, Southwest Airlines. Now, they have a very strong network. They are very reliable in their service that they provide. They have a great image, and they also provide great service. Now, the reason I chose them is that during the course of my of working on my master's, um, we had to use them as a benchmark. And the reason they are so successful is that unlike any of the other airline companies, they've been successful, made a profit for about 34 years in a row. That's unheard of in the airline business. So they have a brand, they have a strong network. Obviously, their service is very reliable. They have a great image, and then they provide great service. All right, niche competitive advantage is used by small companies with limited resources. In other words, they're looking for a special niche in a great big market that they can supply product to. And it can also be used in a very limited geographic market. So how do we build sustained competitive advantage? Sustainable competitive advantage is an advantage that cannot be copied by the competition. So remember that. You want to do something that will allow you to be different from your competitor. They can't copy what you're doing, and they're not even going to try. So a firm that has successfully achieved a competitive advantage will stake out a position unique in some manner from its rival. And that's exactly what Southwest Airlines has done. They are different from their competitors. All right, sources of sustainable copyright management. Number one, patents, copyrights, location. You always hear in marketing location, location, location. Location is critical, so please be aware of that. Equipment, technology, customer service. It's down towards the bottom, but I feel like customer service should be up towards the top because with quality customer service, you build customer loyalty. Therefore, you build a quality customer base. and then promotion. Now, these are all skills and assets of an organization, um, and if you have these guys, you're going to be very successful in your business. All right, setting a marketing plan objective. Explain the criteria for stating good market objectives. All right, number one, they need to be realistic. They need to be measurable. They need to be time specific, and then they need to be compared to a benchmark. So number one, when you're establishing your objectives, make them realistic. Don't set forth some type of objective where I'm going to create $10 billion in sales. Well, number one, that's not a realistic in your first year of business. Be able to measure those so that from year to year you can compare and see exactly how things are done. You can see, you can compare them from 1 year or 1 quarter or one period, whatever type of period you want to use. Be specific on the time. Set a time. The end of October, we need to do such and such. That way you have an opportunity that you can go back and measure, and then compare it to something else or someone in with some type of plan, so that way you can have some type of measuring device. The criteria for good marketing objectives: number one, communicate. Number two, provide direction. Three, motivate your employees. Now, guys, this is marketing, but I still say critical. Motivating your employees is critical in every aspect of business, because with motivated employees, you can operate effectively and efficiently. Um, Fourthly, you need to force executives to clarify their thinking. Now, that simply means when you're doing a marketing plan, everyone has to be on board. Usually you have a marketing department, but hey, the executives have to be on board. And then number 5, you form a basis for control. All right, how did you describe the target market? Marketing strategy involves the activity of selecting and describing one or more target markets and developing and maintaining a marketing mix that will produce mutually satisfying exchanges with target markets. So your marketing opportunity analysis, MOA, involves the description and estimation of the size and sales potential of market assessments that are of interest to the firm, and the assessment of your key competitors in these market segments. So how do we do this? We segment the market based on groups with similar characteristics. Number 2, we analyze the market based on the attractiveness of market segments, and then we select one or more of the target markets. All right. How do we do this? We have to appeal to the entire market with one marketing mix. We concentrate on one marketing segment, and then we can appeal to multiple markets with multiple marketing mix. All right, so let's talk about the marketing mix. What is it? Now, this is critical in marketing, because you need to understand exactly what this is. The marketing mix is a unique blend of what I call the 4 Ps. They are product, the place, which is distribution, promotion, and pricing. Now, these are strategies that are designed to produce mutually satisfying exchanges with a specific target market. So you need to remember the 4 Ps. They are, again, product, the place, how that you're going to distribute your product, promotion, how you're going to go out and represent your product, and then the pricing. So these are all critical with your marketing mix. Now, the starting point of the 4 Ps includes, with product, what's included in that? The physical actual product. Number 2, the package. 3, is there a warranty that comes with the product? 4, what kind of service are you offering with the product? What about brand? You know, brand is critical. Just like when you're buying Kellogg's cereals, you buy them based on the brand. You know that they're usually good, so that has its own image. Now, again, the image, you're trying to select in your product some type of image that's going to will allow you to market your product to specific groups, and so therefore it needs to be reliable. value. Again, guys, when customers buy something, they will pay whatever as long as there is a perceived value in what they are purchasing. You can be a little more expensive than, say, your competitor, but if they find value in your customer service, they will pay a little bit extra. Now, products can be tangible goods. What are tangible goods? Obviously, these are things that we can hold in our hand. Ideas can also be products, and then obviously services can be. Your cell phone service is an example of a service. The company they sell a physical product, but they also provide a service. All right. Next, the place. The product availability, where and when customers want them. That means when you go to the grocery store, you expect to find on the shelf, if you're looking for a can of black-eyed peas, that's exactly what you're looking for. You don't expect the shelf to be empty. It can also mean all activities from raw materials to finished products. It can also mean that you need to ensure products arrive in usable condition at designated places when needed. Now, guys, you know I love. Sometimes I detest Walmart. A lot of times you go in Walmart and the products are sitting on pallets in the aisle. They're not doing anyone any good sitting on that pallet because you can't buy it off the pallet. It needs to be on the shelf. So you always need to remember, whatever kind of business you're offering, you need to have your product available. All right, promotion. Now that is brought about by exchanges with target market by, number one, informing, educating, persuading, reminding, and it includes the integration of advertising, public relation, sales promotion, and sometimes in some businesses, personal selling. Now the price. Price is what a buyer must give up to obtain a product. The most flexible of the 4 P's, and it's the quickest one to change. Why? Because we can sometimes change a price on something in order to sell it. It is a very competitive weapon. Now, if you don't think so, go to Belk's when they have their red dot sale. That is a type of competitive weapon that they're using. They're doing it for 2 things. Number one, they're using it to generate income, and number 2, they're using it to get rid of inventory that otherwise hurts their cash flow. So therefore, price times the units sold is equal to total revenue. Oh, we're getting into accounting now, I see. Now, a company called Whole Foods changes its pricing strategy because sometimes customers face financial struggles. Whole Foods is changing its pricing strategy by highlighting deals and sales. They price items individually instead of per pound, and they bundle items sometime in bulk discount. Now, if you go to Sam's or some of these others like I think it's BJ's, and sometimes Walmart has a thing of about 2 or 3 wrapped together. Okay, after the marketing plan, you want to follow up, make sure it's you're doing okay. You want to make sure that it was implemented, be able to evaluate it, control it, and if you need to do a marketing audit, make sure that it's comprehensive, systematic, independent, and it's done periodic. Okay, class. Be sure and do all your assignments. This is week 1. This is the chapter 2 lecture. So remember, we have 8 weeks in this semester. So we'll be doing 2 chapters a week. So don't forget, some of your stuff is on Cengage. You have some information in Moodle where you will do your discussion, answer those questions, and you also have a video to watch. All right, have a great day.